All right, everybody, welcome back to Ringside Brew Wrestling Podcast. This is episode 22. Am I right?
Wow.
22?
You're right. You are correct. It is
Yeah,
22.
so you might notice that we may look a little bit tired because right now it's actually like 11 p.m. for us.
And it's been a long day for both of us.
Yeah, we are pro wrestling training. Speaking of pro wrestling training, my name is Dave. I am a pro wrestler for 13 years and I've been doing creative and match production for at least about 2 to 3 years as of this point. So yeah, I do know stuff. Okay, what about Joseph?
He knows a lot of stuff. I am also a pro wrestler. Not as long as Dave. I made my debut in 2022. And I also have did my toe currently into creative as well for pro wrestling. So this is a learning experience, but also something I am enjoying as well. Feeding back into my own practice. So yeah.
Yeah, so like I said, 11 p.m. at night. So when were we recording this? This is actually a Saturday night. We normally do this on a Sunday morning, but we're gonna be trying out something new. Those of you guys who listen closely, this will be rewarding for you guys. So keep your ears and eyes out for midweek stuff. All right, you'll be surprised. Yeah, something new is gonna come about, but let's leave that for the midweek. Let's talk about
Yeah.
now. Drinks first.
Always, as always.
Okay,
let me
so
get my glass.
let me start first. I think Joseph went last week. Okay.
Yeah.
Funny enough, Joseph got Brewlander last week, and I came across Brewlander. So we're making it a point to kind of like try out the local stuff. Brewlander is
Yeah.
actually a local, that you see on the camera. This is a Love Wild IPA. I don't know what a wild IPA is, but I do know IPAs are bitter, according to Joseph.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you like IPAs? We will find out. We will find out.
I can't remember. Yeah, so I'm about to find out. So Joseph, what do you have?
So I also have locally brewed beer. So this is actually an Onde Porter.
That is crazy. I love.
Yeah,
Onde
I'm
Onde.
excited. I'm actually excited.
So is it
I
what?
got this.
That's supposed to taste like Onde Onde?
I will find out. So a porter is basically Guinness, right? It's a stout.
Right.
So it's going to be dark colored. I hope it smells like pandan and gula melaka.
At least a coconut kind. Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm excited to try this. Yes, I've been waiting
Okay.
all week.
Yeah. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna both crack open our drinks and we're gonna give you all a quick review. I'm not sure if you guys will try it or not, but yeah, if you guys into beers, sorry, I got a very gigantic can open.
Love it. Let's crack it open.
Let's crack it open. All right.
You're gonna go first because I pour my. You go
Okay,
and test.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
go first. Cheers.
Go for cheers. Oh, that was a big gulp.
Gotta start heavy, man. Oh, I like it. I really like it. It's very light. Some beers are very dry. This one, I felt that even though it's bitter, it's quite light. It's not something that I would drink and squinch my face right after the first sip.
Okay.
It's always the first sip that kind of gets to you, right? I thought this was okay. I would say I would give it maybe a 7.5 out of 10.
Okay.
I don't hate it. I quite like it, but it's not something that I would drink every day. I would enjoy it on occasion for sure.
Okay. So I was excited about this Onde Porter. Looks like a porter. I actually, on first taste, it's a bit sour. Doesn't taste like coconut or pandan or gula melaka. So at this point, I'm a bit disappointed.
So there's no Onde Onde in there.
Can't taste it yet. So again, with beer, sometimes you let it open, sit in the air, it will change. So of course, you'll hear about it as we record the podcast. Right now, I might have to give it a 5.5 out of 10.
Wow, that's
Not what I expect. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Oh, all right. There goes one sponsorship. Nah, I'm just kidding. We give honest reviews. Yeah.
As a stout, if you didn't tell me it's Onde, I would like it more. But the fact that you tell me it's Onde, I have expectations.
Yeah.
Which is maybe something we can talk about when we talk about the matches.
Speaking of expectations,
Yes.
holy moly. There's a certain segment that we had so much high expectations for, and it fell flat. It was ass. I hated it. I normally I would do the podcast and then make the video, It got me so riled up. I was so mad. I made the video before the podcast.
Yeah, he did.
We'll talk about that later. So
Yeah.
we're gonna blast through Raw because not a lot of things happened on Raw, and Raw I felt was it wasn't bad. It was a filler show at best.
It was a filler show.
So let's talk about some quick things that happened on Raw.
Yeah.
Triple H randomly appears.
Yeah, he had to stop Oba Femi from
yeah.
laying hands.
Yeah,
throwing
he had
hands.
to stop. He had to stop Oba Femi. He got involved. He got in between both men. So I'm not quite sure what the plan is here. I don't know why Triple H is involved in this matchup. I won't be surprised if he suddenly gets announced as the special guest referee.
I don't think that's what's happening, but I agree. I asked the same question. Why is Triple H the one, right? Because I think who was it? Adam Pearce said, "Please don't fight."
Yeah,
And then no use. Triple H has to come out.
but I didn't quite get that. Maybe it's a kind of escalation of hierarchy, right? Maybe he finally stopped because of
chain of
Triple H.
command.
Yeah. But Oba Femi, he was on Warpath. He made his entrance. He came out and there was this one specific dude. There's one specific dude that he yeeted. And he gave Oba, he had no mercy for that guy. He put the guy on his shoulders and yeeted the poor guy onto the concrete.
He almost hit the barricade, right? Very close. Yeah.
But he definitely landed on the concrete. Poor guy landed hip first on the concrete. So maybe don't do that, Oba.
Yeah, maybe don't do that. But if he does that in the match, that'd be awesome. But yeah, maybe not to other people. Yeah.
It kind of random for Triple H. Poor random indie wrestler.
Yeah.
Okay, let's move on. I got a quick one.
Yeah.
John Cena is now the host of WrestleMania 42.
So I mean, I'm okay with it. I see why. But to me, WrestleMania hosts don't do a lot. They don't add much.
It depends from year to year, right? Sometimes you get hosts that will get involved, like the one memory that stands out in my mind is the Hogan one where he called the Superdome the Silver Dome. Or was it the other way around?
I think it was, yeah.
Cena will probably get involved. I'm sure he's gonna have a segment of his own. I thought it was quite funny because like he said he's gonna retire and go to the sunset, and suddenly he's back to host WrestleMania 42. I wouldn't say I hate it, but I'm also not a big fan because if you want to retire, at least stay away for a while. Money, I guess.
Money, but also before we move on, the WrestleMania host is also another celebrity spot.
Yep.
Right, where a celebrity can come in, get more eyeballs, don't really have to be involved with storylines. So I don't know if that's a wasted opportunity here.
Not sure, man. You'll find that whatever we say on this podcast for this particular episode, a lot of things don't make sense. I hated this week of WWE. It was bad.
I hated this most recent one, which we'll get to.
Before we get to yours, I'll touch one quick one for mine. A couple of quick ones. Tama Tonga finally breaking out of his cocoon, right? We have been talking about this for many weeks already. Tama Tonga was in a match against Uncle Howdy this week with a random stipulation that if he loses, he's gonna return the lantern. I don't know when that came about. It was never promoted. It was never marketed, or that I just didn't know about it. I saw it. I thought, okay, well, I guess right now they're not even gonna make it to the night before Mania. 1 week before Mania now.
Well, I think so. I think it might be a night before Mania, but it's no longer Wyatt 6 and MFT. It's just an MFT family affair, maybe.
Yeah, it could be a family affair, like Joseph said. There was some altercation because obviously Tama Tonga lost that match because of a Solo Sikoa involvement. And this is where things got interesting, right? When Tama lost the match, Solo didn't want to return the lantern, but Tama snatched it away from Solo. He kind of tussled with Tama, and then Tama got the lantern and he returned it to Uncle Howdy.
Yeah.
And I thought that was it was a pretty cool scene. I thought it was pretty badass because Tama has always been the right hand man of Solo, and right now he's kind of like growing out of that cocoon. So it's nice to see, right? So obviously, this is gonna lead to someone turning on someone. I'm sure.
I think, yeah. I am happy. The Lantern storyline is wrapped up, I hope.
Finally, please.
Finally, right?
I feel like this is one of the very few good things that came out of SmackDown. They finally wrapped up the Lantern storyline. My God, since when? It was almost a year.
Yeah,
it's almost a year's worth of Wyatt 6 versus MFTs, and finally we're moving on from this. You know what's gonna be funny? We're gonna be saying this right now, and next week they're gonna start again.
Suddenly, oh no, please. I hope this is, to me, it feels like they're wrapping it up. That, like you said, the main thing for MFT right now is Tama and Solo, right?
Yep.
What's gonna happen between them? I noted, hopefully Wire 6 can save whatever is left, whatever the SmackDown tag team division is now. Whatever, yeah.
But we talked about this before, right? Over involvement from the Wire 6 takes away the mystique of the gimmick. I don't know, but it's quite clear that WWE wants to push Tama. But I think the trouble with Tama is that Tama Tonga, he's got a very bad boy look. He does not look like a baby face at all. That's why I think they have been slowly kind of like teasing Tama week by week to see what the audience feels about him. I think it's quite warm, but it's not like hot yet.
Yeah.
That's
a very good point. Yeah, very good observation. Yeah.
Interesting to see where Tama goes from here. You want to talk about yours?
So mine is Drew and Fatu. So we didn't see them live this week on SmackDown. They had pre-taped vignettes. Again, this is, I think they've got one more stop left to sign the contract. They haven't signed their unsanctioned match contract. So that's probably going to happen, obviously, in the next 2 weeks.
No, there's only 1 week left. Next 2 weeks.
Yeah, 1 week left.
Yeah.
Wow. Time to, it's 11 p.m. But anyway, next week they're going to sign it. So this is obviously a build, right? A build. And what I liked about this pre-tape vignette is it gave focus from both sides. So the main talking point from both Drew and Fatu was Fatu used to be a convict, used to have, criminal past, shall we say, right? And that was front and center. Fatu's point is, I've come clean, I've been honest, I'm on a different path. But Drew's like, no, you will always be a dirty convict. So the build is focusing at least the stakes for me here, without, pushing it too hard.
I felt like the vignette brought down the animosity just a little bit, because just simply focusing on his criminal history felt a little bit petty.
I mean, Drew is a rage baiter, but you're right about the pettiness.
Yeah, okay, but because it's Drew McIntyre, I can let that slide. Again, sorry, I correct myself. It's not 1 week, it's 2 weeks. Joseph was right. I am the one that's very tired.
2 more weeks. It's two more weeks. Two more SmackDowns, yes.
Yeah.
2 more SmackDowns.
I'm sure this is gonna be a banger match. Big man slapping meat is my kind of match. So yeah, very excited to see that. We move on to the elephant in the room, Gunther. Of course, he has to come back the moment I mentioned him. So there was a little bit of a.
They heard your complaint.
So again, right, like I'm the one who edits the videos and put them out on the internet, TikTok, YouTube, whatever. So I decided that, okay, we have talked about Gunther for many weeks. Let's give him a little bit of a spotlight in our highlight reels. I talk about him, I put him out on the internet, and the very next day he returns. And there are people in the comments like educating me and telling me that, oh, did you even watch Raw? And I'm like, yeah.
Did you even see the timestamp? I'm sorry, right? Yeah.
So yeah, lo and behold, Gunther returns. He attacks Seth Rollins, therefore answering her question whether or not, number one, Seth Rollins is clear and who Seth Rollins' WrestleMania opponent is gonna be. I feel like the internet is divided on this. Some people say that this is poor decision, poor booking. Some people say that this is great. I lean more towards this is great.
So do I. We can talk about it. So do I.
Okay, what do you feel is great?
So, okay, sure, you can say this feels like a booking that was put together last minute. I can give you that. But if Gunther and Seth Rollins becomes a feud after this, which it should, I think is a good thing. I think it's good for both of them. Like what you said, we've talked about why Gunther needs something other than the legend killer, the retirement gimmick,
Career
right?
killer, career killer.
Career killer, career killer gimmick. We've talked about that. But also, I think Gunther's style, right? Very slow, methodical, a bit more technical, would be great for Seth, who is recovering. So yeah.
Like wrestling style, I would say that the match quality, both guys are good at what they do. And
Yeah.
I would say that match quality wise, it's not gonna fail us. It's highly unlikely that the match quality is gonna fail us. Now, why I believe that this was a good decision is because that simply because you keep both of your top stars, both of your most important superstars in the periphery of your audience, right? Especially Gunther, because Gunther had more to lose than Seth Rollins, right? Seth Rollins's story is a little bit easier to write. But Gunther, I feel like he needed this reset to take the attention away from the career killer gimmick, as Joseph has said. Yeah, sure, it's last minute. It screams, we got nothing for guy A, we got nothing for guy B, so let's mash them up and try to create something. Right? You could argue with that. What I felt when I was reading between the lines, what I felt was like, I think WWE was trying to wait till the very last minute to see if Braun Breaker was able to come back. Right? That obviously didn't happen, so they brought Gunther. I'm okay with this. For me, it's gonna be a huge help to Gunther, and match quality wise, it's gonna be a banger match, so nothing to complain about.
Yep.
Right. So that more or less wraps up our
Honorable
our honorable mentions. So let's move on to Raw. As I've mentioned just now, there's not a lot of things happening on Raw. Sorry, I mean the title scene. There's not a lot of things happening on Raw this week, so we can simply just blow through the title
Yeah, let's
scene.
blow through it. Yes.
Right, okay. Women's Intercontinental title. Both women did not show up.
Nope. Yeah, Julia.
No progression,
No,
no
not
face.
Julia, sorry. Becky and AJ. Yeah, I forgot.
Funny
Yeah.
you should mention Julia, because Julia also did not show
Yeah.
up.
So IC and US titles.
Yeah. So both the women's Intercontinental title and the US title, the champions didn't show up. The respective challengers per se also didn't show up. I'm not sure if Tiffany had a little advert going on because she's doing the NXT advert, so she might have shown up there, but it's not live anyway.
Yeah.
I think it hurts the US title more than the IC title, because the IC title match has been set in stone already.
Yep.
We are definitely 100% going to see AJD versus Becky Lynch for the Intercontinental title at WrestleMania. On the other hand, we got a US title. No match has been confirmed, right?
Yeah.
Not much build has been going on.
Likely is going to be Tiffany, right? Likely, but we don't. Yeah.
I honestly think that this is not going to make it onto the WrestleMania card. Like I said last week, right? It's not going to make it onto the WrestleMania card. And even if it does, it's going to be like a 5-minute squash match where Tiffany takes it off Julia for sure. I don't see Julia coming out of this as champion, so we'll leave it as that.
Yeah.
Women's tag team titles. There's a lot of things going on, but what actually is happening is nothing.
Yeah, they well, so okay. Maybe we start with what made me this sounds bad. This sounds bad, but what made me a little bit happy was the Bella. I think it's Nikki who wrote. They actually talked about it. They spent time telling us Nikki is legit injured.
I'm
apparently, but I don't know. Maybe I got work. Maybe
I missed that. Yeah.
Maybe tomorrow I get work. Maybe tomorrow we get work. Suddenly, maybe the Nikki says sorry, hello, my. But apparently she rolled her ankle, and they actually showed a screenshot, right? WWE like SmackDown, they showed a screenshot, a freeze frame of the exact moment when I think she was taking a roll up, and then it was obvious her ankle was on a very awkward. So I'm like, wow. So then I'm like, haha, the Bella Twins. But
okay, let's talk about the matches that happened, right?
Yeah.
Lyra and Bayley were the warhorses this week. They appeared twice, both on Raw and SmackDown. So Lyra and Bayley versus Irresistible Forces on Raw, which was supposed to be a title match. Obviously, people get involved. You don't get a win.
Match. Yeah.
So they then go to SmackDown, where Lyra and Bayley faced Shalexa.
Yeah.
And of course, there was shenanigans towards the end.
There was shenanigans, but
I
I guess
believe Lyra lost clean. Then
yeah,
there was
Lyra.
shenanigans.
It was a clean tap out to the what's that natural figure 8.
Yep. We called it last week.
Yeah,
I think we have been calling it for quite some time already, at least a month ago, that we're saying that this is highly gonna be a multi-women tag team match, depending on how WWE feels about the Bella Twins. Right? If the
Yeah.
Bella Twins do not get enough of a reaction from the audience, then we'll likely see a multi-women tag team match. So I guess our questions have been answered. WWE
Yeah.
doesn't feel confident about the Bella Twins.
Yeah.
The matches itself this week, it really didn't serve much purpose. Right? It didn't really serve much purpose because all like the losses, the wins, they didn't really tease anything. Lyra still continues to glaze over Bailey, so it's been
Yeah, still
happening
trying to make it up to Bailey or something like, oh, I want
Yeah,
to make it up to you. Yeah.
precisely. I don't buy that bullshit. There's just no way she's gonna turn heel, I'm sure. Right? But yeah, it didn't really progress much of the storyline. So yeah, it's just like matches this week, so we can move on.
Yep.
We're going very fast.
Well, like you said,
No, but
I mean,
it's really nothing much.
there's really nothing much to. We don't want to make mountains out of molehills, but yeah.
Yeah, but I do feel that Lyra is the most obvious candidate to turn heel here out of this multi-women tag team match. My second pick will be Alexa Bliss.
Yeah, but again, like you say, Lyra and Bailey is the storyline they've been trying to get us to pay attention to this week, especially. So
yeah. But okay, we move on to the women's WWE title. I'm not used to this, but I feel like I have nothing bad to say.
Okay.
Do you have
so
anything?
this is Liv Morgan and
No. This is Rhea Ripley and
okay.
Yeah.
Do I have anything bad to say? So not really. Yeah, it's
Because
not.
week in, week out, right? We have been like taking the piss on this specific scene. Every week we have something to moan and bitch about. But this week there was really nothing. Okay, I mean, I'm gonna preface and say, right, we have nothing bad to say, but again, they were giving us the bare minimum, but they were at least doing the bare minimum right.
Okay. You can say that about Jade Cargill, yes. But I felt okay, so let's start at okay, we talked about Rhea Ripley and Michin, right? Which is where
So it was
Jade
a match.
Cargill
It was
showed
a
up.
match. Yeah.
It was a match. Match was great. It was like both of them. Obviously, I think the intensity brought across where this feud is at this moment, which is great. I thought to meet what I picked up from this week Raw and SmackDown. The title scene here is Kyrie is probably gonna join forces with Io and Rhea Ripley. That's my guess.
That's a huge jump.
Yeah, that's a huge jump. I know. Let's break it down, right? So Rhea Ripley and Michin, right, had a match. But Rhea couldn't beat the numbers game after. In fact, Rhea lost, right?
Okay, hang on. I think Joseph, you need a little bit help to string all these points together. I know what you're talking about. Okay.
Right.
So to help Joseph out, I can't remember whether or not Rhea Ripley lost the match. I swear I just saw it just now.
I think Rhea lost because I think.
Okay, whatever it was, right?
Yeah.
There was a beatdown. Surprise. Right, there was a beatdown towards the end where the takeover kind of like beats down Rhea Ripley. It happened the past 2 weeks, and yay, Rhea Ripley has some form of intelligence to bring Io Sky into the mix.
Yeah.
Io Sky comes out, makes the save, and it's the best friend shtick, right? We know that Io Sky and Rhea Ripley are best friends. We win, yay! That happened, right? Whether or not it served any progression to that storyline, the Rhea Ripley and Jade Cargill storyline, no, I don't think so.
Yeah, no, it didn't.
I felt like it was a throwaway match. Back to Kairi Sane.
Yeah.
On Raw, Kairi Sane, Io is starting to care more and more for Kairi Sane, is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Right, and it's getting more and more obvious that WWE wants to push this angle. They started last week, and this week we got to see more of that. And yeah, I think Io is kind of like intertwined in a lot of storylines right now. But I feel like this special appearance for Rhea Ripley is not gonna be a thing for her. She's probably gonna go back to Raw to do her thing with the Kabuki Warriors.
Okay. So my read on this is because I see your point about the Rhea Ripley Jade Cargill, this match didn't escalate or didn't move anything forward. Sure, I take your point, but also it also showed to me Rhea can't beat the numbers game, but she still has to fight not just Jade Cargill but her two goons. And with a little bit of help from EO, she can at least get out of the ring, get out of that mess, right? So to me, at least the Lego pieces are there. Okay, what if Kyrie finally leaves her domestic violence situation, which is cooking now, right? It's almost there now. 3-on-3, at least at Mania.
I don't understand.
Just to take out. So
what are you planning for?
How is Rhea Ripley going to beat Jade Cargill with her two goons by her side? Is the question, right? Now, Kyrie
is not going to get involved in this. There's no relation between Kyrie and Rhea Ripley. I feel like these are two separate storylines that you're trying to intertwine with each other.
Okay.
I don't think Kyrie is going to get involved in this Rhea Ripley mess. Well, if she does, then Joseph, you're king. But I don't think so. There's absolutely no reason for Kyrie to get involved, and there's not enough build for that relationship to be built between Kyrie and Rhea. Right? If you ask me whether or not Io Sky will show up again for Mania to defend Rhea Ripley, I'm gonna say that might possibly happen. But having Kyrie in there makes no sense.
All right, because you're thinking about Kyrie and Rhea versus Kyrie and Io lah.
Yeah. Well, again, it really depends on how you want to spin the story. Maybe Kyrie goes off and helps Io because Io asks her. But if you've been following the story closely, you would know that they are not at the stage where they'll be helping each other. And I'm talking about Kyrie and Io. They are not at the stage where they'll do favors for each other. It's simply not there yet, right? So Kyrie appearing for the Rhea match is probably not going to happen.
Okay.
Right? We good to move on?
Yeah.
Okay, let's move on. We got a Women's World Championship that's held by Stephanie Vercaer. It was a live segment this week. Liv Morgan comes out to cut a promo. Stephanie Vercaer comes out to brawl with her. I am a big fan of this promo.
Yeah. No, it was great.
Liv Morgan was such a brat.
From the start. Yeah.
She even dragged out the entire introduction. What, the greatest Royal Rumble winner? It went on for at least 10 seconds.
Yeah.
It was annoying. I loved it. Because that is what her character is, right? She's really that bratty character. Things, of course, got a bit heated, and Liv Morgan goes for the oldest trick in the book. Go and play someone's mother.
yes. A lot of families being brought in this WrestleMania season.
Stephanie Vercaer obviously has to come out, right? She comes out, she brawls with Liv Morgan. Liv Morgan gets the upper hand because we had a returning Roxanne Perez.
Yeah.
Returning Roxanne Perez to help even things. I wouldn't say even things out. I would say blindside.
Blindside. Unfair advantage, maybe.
Yeah. Overall, I felt that the segment was okay because, like, we talk about the promo that Liv Morgan cut. She did roll up the champion. The champion came out and she kind of like walked into a trap. So the champion has been beating on Liv Morgan for the past couple of weeks, and Liv really needed this W to have the mind games and edge over the champion. So it keeps things interesting. If you beat up your challenger every single week, then the Mania match is not going to be as, as interesting as I would say.
As unexpected as it should be.
Yeah. So, do you have any thoughts about this?
No. I wonder whether So Roxanne is back. So my first thought is okay.
She gonna get involved?
Is she gonna get involved? Right?
I'm sure she is. Yeah.
Same as because I think it's the Michin and Rhea playbook, right? Which is okay. Do we want to keep this? Give this more attention. So we give Vercaer and Roxanne one match in the next 2 weeks, and there'll be shenanigans.
I'm sure Stephanie Vercaer will be facing Roxanne over the next 2 weeks. Because if you put Stephanie against Liv, then the WrestleMania match has no meaning anymore already.
Yeah.
I do have a slight inkling that during the Mania match, Dirty Dom is going to get involved, and then we have Miles Bond, Stephanie Vaquer's actual
Wow.
boyfriend, run out. I don't know why I had
That's-
that thought, but I thought it would be interesting.
That's a nice fantasy booking.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see. I don't know. It's whether, coming back to, because Miles is Stephanie's real life boyfriend. They have a real life off-screen relationship. So I think it's up to the talent whether they want to make that part of their storyline.
It would be interesting if they did. But yeah.
It would be interesting. It would be great for Miles. Great
Good
for
for
Miles.
Miles, yeah.
So
Okay. Now, we didn't have a lot of things to say for the women's division. We always feel very strongly about the Jade Cargill stuff. But if you thought that the Jade Cargill stuff was bad,
oh dear.
guys, the men's division this week was abysmal. It's so bad, right?
Yeah.
Again, we're gonna go bit by bit. I'll mention something, and then maybe Joseph can follow along. Right. Usos versus Vision. We called it.
Yep.
We called it. Vision was gonna take the titles off the Usos. We called it. Again, it's not 100% on us. We're gonna give a shout out to Wrestle Talk, who put that thought into us that the Usos had a commitment to make with the title, so they couldn't drop it the week prior.
Yeah.
But it makes more sense for the storyline, right? Let's talk about the match. There was a lot of things going on.
Yeah.
LA Knight was at commentary. I Show Speed was at ringside. Okay, another celebrity here. Okay, I want you guys to remember this trend. There's another celebrity here. Okay. Of course, both guys will get involved, right? I Show Speed accidentally knocks LA Knight out
while trying to take the nuts off from Logan, right?
Logan, yeah. Conveniently just leaves it by the ringside. Logan uses it, and then the Vision takes advantage of the situation and they win that match. Austin Theory did the pin and all. And later in the week, we get LA Knight committing trespassing again. This is not his first time, He has committed trespassing. No, he's committed trespassing at least 3 times already. The first one was to Logan Paul. He went to his house, beat him up. Then he went.
This was on his stream, on Logan's stream, I suppose.
No, just his house or whatever the angle it was.
Okay,
but the point here is he invaded Logan Paul's house. This was years ago, right? And then, not too long ago, he invaded Drew McIntyre's house.
Yes.
I believe it was Drew McIntyre.
I remember that.
Right? And then now he invades I Show Speed's house. Guys, I don't know how LA Knight is not arrested for all this trespassing. It is insane. He's casually just committing trespassing and assault on someone's private grounds.
It was funny though. It was hilarious.
It was really funny. I enjoyed it. I Show Speed, right? Kudos to him. He did very well in the acting. He was like, "What am I gonna do? I'm sorry."
Yeah, I was amused that I Show Speed looked like what it was in his pajamas, t-shirt shorts, right?
It was midstream. And then he gets flung into the camera. It's really funny. He really committed to the flip bum,
I thought he just not over the camera. Really flip bum.
Yeah, he really committed to the flip bum. You could see him flying straight into the camera. It's crazy. Even I don't want to do a flip bum
in your bedroom, right? In your bedroom.
Yeah, it's crazy. Okay, flip bum is just basically flipping and then landing on your back. Simple as that, right? Now, I don't have any problems with the Vision taking over the titles.
Yeah.
In fact, this segment just felt okay to me. In the end, what it does is it helps to give more grounds to Jey Uso's eventual spiral and heel turn.
Yeah.
I am still standing on the hill that Jey Uso is going to eventually cost Roman Reigns the match at WrestleMania, or Jey Uso is going to turn heel on Roman after WrestleMania, or a mix of both.
Yeah.
So there's no time to build up a storyline for the tag team title, so you can't put it on the line. So what WWE is essentially done is they have teased a 6-man tag team match, right? It makes sense.
Yeah.
There's no other 6-man tag team match. This is the only one. They have teased a 6-man tag team match of I Show Speed, Logan Paul, who's the last guy? Austin Theory versus the Usos and LA.
And yeah.
And this is one of the celebrity matches. And I would say one of the celebrity involvements in WrestleMania. Right? The
I
idea is
guess
that.
so. Yeah. The idea is there. They haven't fully announced it yet, right? They haven't officially announced that yet.
I think we are going in the direction. Or maybe I should Speed. If they're not confident with Speed, he's probably not going to wrestle. Maybe he's going to be in the corner. Then poor LA, he's going to sit in the corner as well.
Yeah, he's going to sit in the corner and has to go and do what he did to...
This is a very obvious business decision because Speed has a very huge influence and a very huge reach.
He's got like, 2 million followers or something? 3 million?
Yeah.
Crazy number.
So this is a very obvious decision to have Speed in this to get eyeballs on the product, right? And you're gonna realize that this trend is happening all over WWE in the past week or 2 weeks or so, right?
And it's not great now. We'll talk more lah. It's not that great now, right? Yeah.
Jelly Roll doesn't appear this week, but Jelly Roll has been clearly been kind of like shoved into our periphery the past couple of weeks. So I'm highly expecting Jelly Roll to appear as a celebrity involvement in WrestleMania as well.
Yeah.
There is 2 celebrities already. Already. We still got more, right? It's crazy. This year, the amount of celebrities is over the roof. Normally, we only have 1. Now, this year, we have 4.
Yeah. So we will talk more, but it dilutes the focus, doesn't it? Like even just having so many celebrities.
We'll talk about that. Okay, the men's SmackDown tag titles. This was the best, hands down, the best match and segment of the entire week.
Wow.
I'm gonna put my hand up and say kudos and salute to all these men who made it work. I enjoyed it. Normally, I speed through all like the entrances, the at 1.25 speed, the matches. I put it at 1 time speed and I enjoyed it. I watched it and I appreciated it. This is the kind of comedy. This is peak comedy.
Amen. I enjoyed this as well.
Okay, let's give context first.
Yeah, let's give context. So Kid Wilson and Miz are backstage. Miz is still cursed, I think.
He looks even worse than last week. It gets worse and worse.
Yeah. And then they run into R-Truth.
Yep.
And R-Truth is the one who actually throws out the challenge to them, puts the title on the line. Right?
R-Truth be doing R-Truth things. I accept the challenge. He's like, no one challenged him for anything. He's like, okay, I accept the challenge. I'll see y'all tonight for the tag team championships. And what?
But there's part 2. Part 2 is Miz and Kid are preparing for the match and Danhausen shows up.
Yeah.
So and then Danhausen says, you know what? Let me come up with you so I can uncurse 2 of y'all or something. And then they're like, what? No.
So basically, Danhausen wants to be part of the Miz and Kid group, but the Miz kind of like shoos him away. So we get a match between R-Truth and Damian Priest versus Kid Wilson and the Miz. And again, this is a title match.
Titles are on the line.
Right? The match itself, obviously, it's not gonna be a very amazing match. It's in terms of the wrestling.
Yeah.
Right. In terms of the wrestling,
it was great. It's not memorable. It's not a 5-star. But it's great.
But the wrestling aside, the storytelling, the gimmick, 5 out of 5. Danhausen, for some reason, I don't know. God knows why he's out there. He comes out, gets into the corner.
Wants to be tagged in.
He gets into the corner of the Miz. Yeah. He wants Miz to tag him in. Made absolutely no sense. Miz doesn't want to tag him. R-Truth tags him in instead. And it's not even the correct corner.
And then Danhausen wants to curse the Miz.
Okay, wait. You need to tell a story, build it up, Joseph, right?
Yes.
Build that up. So I had so much to process from this already, and the shit gets worse.
Yeah.
So Danhausen comes in, right, because he's been tagged and all, and Miz tries to shoo him away again, and Danhausen goes for the "you are cursed" thing, and the crowd is really buying into it. The crowd is really chanting for it. He goes, "You are cursed," right?
Yes.
But the Miz pulls the ref in the way. The ref gets cursed.
I loved it.
The ref gets cursed. right? And of course, the Miz tries to go after Danhausen. Danhausen escapes.
Yeah.
The Miz hits Skull Crusher finale on R-Truth.
And the referee goes for the count. Yeah.
Referee goes for the count. 1, 2. My arm pain.
His arm seized up. Yeah, I don't know pain. Don't know what happened.
Because of the curse, his arm pain.
And there's no 3 count.
I have never seen something like this ever. Like, this is the kind of things that you only see in DDT Pro Wrestling, right?
Yes.
Right.
Yeah. Or even Mystery Pro Wrestling. Like,
Mystery.
This kind of thing.
I would never think to see this happening on WWE.
Yes.
No, but it was really good. It made so much sense. Even though it was so wacky, this was one of the things that actually made sense.
Yes.
In the entire night.
Oh my god, you're right. This is actually the only segment that made sense.
Yeah. Can you imagine, guys, watching this segment, right? It's like, it's not even real. The physics don't make sense. The logic don't make sense. But this is the one segment out of the entire night that made the most sense. So the ref seizes up. He cannot count to 3. The Miz gets angry, obviously. Damien comes in. He kills the Miz. And the ref with the other arm counts to 3.
And so the titles don't change hands.
I was I was popping so hard for this. It was so good. Obviously we just described the entire match to you guys, but it was just so good. Y'all really need to go out of your way to watch that. If you're gonna watch the whole match, just watch that angle. It was so freaking hilarious, right? And this is the part where I was talking about last week when I said that Danhausen is he's a gimmick where you need to understand what he is.
Yeah.
Right? You gotta use the right tool for the right job. And he can show up in matches. He doesn't have to be in backstage segments all the time. But when he is involved in matches, this is the kind of things that you can do. Right? Because if you can curse somebody, all the guy has to do is to just botch.
Yes.
And people will understand. Or have an unfortunate accident or whatever it is, not botch or whatever. Chris Jericho hates the word, right? But
anyway. I'm going to use that word later. But anyway, people will accept the outcome because of what Danhausen did.
Again, this is it's so elementary.
Yeah.
Right? I look at an apple, God damn it. I look at an apple and I understand and I know it's an apple.
Yeah.
You take the analogy to Danhausen. Danhausen is a guy that curses people. Simple. It's as simple as that.
And his curses work. That's the thing. His curses work.
Yeah, it's as simple as that. Danhausen curses people. The curses work. People suffer. They lose.
Yeah.
Right? It's such a simple gimmick to understand. You don't have to overcomplicate it. And it's just so entertaining.
Yeah.
Right, and I think WWE has done such a great job at utilizing Danhausen so far. We said it last week and we say it again. They've done a very good job. So I was so thoroughly entertained by this match. I hope to see more of these kind of things, but not at an overexposed rate. Right, and like I said, this is the best segment, best match of the entire week.
Which says a lot. Yeah, absolutely everything you said. I was watching this, I think, at a Starbucks. Right before I was out, and I think I might have been laughing a bit too loud, but like exactly you're right. Like it's actually a very simple concept, but you can riff on it, which is what they did here. Because Danhausen didn't just curse wrestlers; he cursed the referee.
Yeah, the referee seizing up was so funny. I had an inkling that the ref was going to get involved.
Yeah.
And the moment the ref got involved, I knew that the ref he's gonna
which is the elegance. I think I want to put the correct word is elegant.
Yeah.
Simple rule. And once it happens, it might be unexpected, but once it happens, you know exactly where it's gonna go and you enjoy it. The payoff, you see the payoff, it happens and you feel vindicated. You feel sure. In Singapore terms.
You feel satisfied, right? You make a nice hot cup of coffee.
Yeah.
Right? You know that coffee is gonna keep you awake. It's gonna make you feel good about the morning. You feel satisfied with the coffee.
Yeah.
It's the exact same thing with Danhausen. Yep.
The only before we move on, the only sad thing besides the fact that this is the only segment that made sense. This is great. Love this tag team match. very sad for the rest of the other tag team division, or the tag team division, right? Because this is such a, I'm sorry to say, it's a troll. It's a, I want to say stupid, but stupid in a good way, right?
Yeah, stupid in a good
But
way.
we have, how many good tag teams? Yeah.
Fraction, Morrissey, Machine
So,
Guns losing out
yeah,
again.
yeah.
But yeah, okay, I'm just gonna give it credit, right? It did.
It's great.
It
was
did
great.
take my attention away from the people who are suffering at the back. I don't feel proud for saying that, but
Yeah.
it is what it is. Okay, let's talk about the men's intercontinental title. Penta versus Kofi Kingston, which I thought was a bit random.
It was random.
For me, my only takeaway for this is two things. Number one, it feels like Kofi is going towards a face turn because halfway through the match, Grayson Waller wanted to help, but Kofi shoot him away. He said, "No, I want to do it myself," which is not something that a babyface would typically. It was not something that a heel. Yeah, it was not something a heel would typically say. I thought that was interesting. And then, my one gripe with this match was that Kofi did a super ultra trouble in paradise. He caught Penta mid-air.
Yeah.
Penta kicked out of that.
Yeah.
I don't like it when in a low stakes match, mid-card match, that the guy is kicking out of your finisher because that just devalues your finisher. And what is worse is that it is not a usual variation. It's one where you catch someone, which is almost always often like treated as a better version of your variation, right? If you catch someone when Shawn Michaels super kicked Shelton Benjamin, you knew that was it.
Yeah.
You knew that was it. Like sometimes Shawn Michaels is gonna do a regular super kick, that guy might kick out depending on the kind of match they're in. Right? But Penta just casually kicks out of a mid-air trouble in paradise, and I think like it doesn't make sense. Wrestling wise, I don't feel like it makes sense.
No,
But any thoughts about whatever I just said?
Like what you said, it was a bit random. Interesting opinion about the Kofi face turn, because there obviously is some dissension between, what's this? The New Jade, I call it, because Grayson Waller's in the picture. And Kofi has been trying to get Javon, right? Kofi has been trying to make friends with Javon. So, it's interesting idea. We'll see where it goes. But yeah, it's very low key, very low stakes. But after Penta retains,
he cut
he cut a promo and said, "Yes, I'm going to put this title on the line at Mania with a ladder match." So that was a bit out of nowhere.
Yeah, and it's not the first time that we are seeing a multi-man match for the Intercontinental title, and I think this is a few times we have seen it in the ladder match already. At least this will be the fourth one, I think. We got Shawn Michaels, Razor Ramon.
Yeah.
We've got the one where Daniel Bryan won.
Right.
We've got the one where Zack Ryder won. And now we got this one. So let's name some of the guys that were in this match, right? Randomly, we got Rusev, Dragon Lee, Javon Evans, and JD McDonough.
It's a bit random. It's all a bit random, but there's some reason behind it, you would say.
Yeah. There is a reason behind it, obviously. It's just simply to get everyone on the card. Now, who is gonna win? I can't really say. I feel like Penta is quite likely to retain.
Yeah, I don't think Penta's gonna drop it. It's quite early in his reign.
Yeah. Honestly, this is one of the matches that I can't see where is he gonna go, simply because it's so random.
Yeah.
There's no build for anyone. Maybe I could make a case for Javon. I could make a case for Dragon Lee. I could make a case for Rusev, even JD McDonough. Right? But that's okay.
Yeah.
It is because of this kind of uncertainty that I kind of like enjoy, because I don't know who's gonna win. If you look some of the storytelling nowadays, right? Rhea Ripley, Jake Hardy, you kind of know who's gonna win. So, right. Looking forward to this.
Yeah, ladder match. Yeah. So that's the IC title.
The US title.
Yes.
Okay. What? Okay, sorry. I did say that the tag team segment was the best. Then I would say the second would be the US title.
I agree. In fact, there was this setup. So basically, Carmelo Hayes faced Sami Zayn.
Yeah.
But before that, there was actually quite a long promo segment. Quite a long live promo segment, right?
So there were two
Where-
segments on the show.
Yeah.
Where we saw Sami Zayn, he come out to, and it wasn't Sami Zayn first, sorry, it was Trick Williams to come out first.
Williams. Yeah.
Trick Williams comes out for a segment, Sami Zayn interferes, and then we got Carmelo Hayes coming out to make his point as well. It's a full-on live segment. Yeah.
And there's also a fourth person in there, which is Lil Yachty.
Yeah, Lil Yachty, I don't know who he is. And again,
I listen to rap, but I don't really listen to him, so I just know he's a rap star.
Yeah, so we mentioned just now we have a lot of celebrities, right? Lil Yachty is also one of them that came out randomly with Trick Williams. I don't know where this guy came from. I don't know who he is. Maybe he's a popular personality in the States, but if I'm watching, if I'm someone who has never been exposed to this guy before, this made absolutely no sense to me. But
Yeah.
they did kind of explain that he is Trick Williams' friend.
Buddy, yeah, Trick's buddy, yeah.
But okay, sure, right? Trick Williams be out there rage baiting everybody. He rage bait Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn came out to booze.
Yeah. It was 50-50 maybe, but there was booze in there. There were definitely
initially 50-50, but that sentiment kind of changed later. Right. Carmelo Hayes comes out. He kind of like challenges Sami Zayn to a rematch, saying that, oh, you know, how Sami won wasn't the honorable way because, you know, if you see the replay,
Trick kind of interfered. Yeah.
Trick interfered. And Sami, right, interestingly, he was initially reluctant. He was trying to wiggle out. Right? That was the first like indications that I felt like, you know, he's okay, this is starting to turn a little bit heel.
Yeah.
It's kind of tweaking a bit, but if you follow his story quite closely, you know that why he wants to hold on to this WrestleMania spot with dear life, right?
Yeah.
He starts to wiggle out a little bit, but eventually I think his conscience took over and he accepted the challenge. Right? Let's go to the match itself. Carmelo versus Sami, the first one was better.
Ooh,
the first
I have
one,
to agree with you now that I'm thinking about that. Yeah, I never actually think. Yeah.
This time Trick didn't get involved, but we had an interesting development for Sami Zayn. So again, to preface, right, the live segment happened earlier, and then there was a huge in between before we got to this match. This match got the main event slot.
Yeah, right. It was the last. Yeah, it was the main event.
Sami Zayn managed to retain against Carmelo Hayes, but only after taking advantage of Carmelo Hayes' injury.
Yeah.
There was
They were trying to tell the story that Melo might have been injured for real. Ref was trying to check on him, and Sami just backed up and gave him a haluva kick.
Sami did think about it. Right? I think the key visual here is that the key visual emphasized here is that Sami was considering to kick him. But he didn't have much consideration. He saw it, he saw the opportunity, he thought to himself and told himself immediately that I'm gonna take that opportunity, and he kicked Carmelo Hayes, and that was it for that match. Now, that was the match and that was the segment. Let's talk about the character development here. I think whatever we're seeing with Sami Zayn, right, is quite masterful. Masterful. I use that word, but then you look at the other segments, they're just like BS. I thought it was great character development for Sami Zayn, right? When you look at Sami Zayn now, before he had this tie-up with Carmelo Hayes, you were sympathizing with Sami Zayn.
Yeah, he couldn't make good on his title shots.
Yeah.
Right? His friends were turning on him, his friendships are falling apart.
Yeah. Before that, we were firmly behind Sami Zayn. Oh, you know, he lost to Drew McIntyre at Royal Rumble. He's getting all these opportunities, but just as when it's about to cross the finish line, or you know, he's almost there already.
Cannot make it happen. Yeah.
He loses, right? But that story is extremely similar to what Carmelo Hayes is doing as well, right? Carmelo Hayes, 2 weeks before WrestleMania, loses his US title to Sami Zayn, right?
Yeah.
And Carmelo Hayes has been carrying SmackDown for the past couple of months.
Yes, which he said. He actually said that live, yeah.
And the same story. He's about to cross the finish line and get to WrestleMania. Sami comes in, he takes the title off Carmelo Hayes. So basically what's happening here is Sami Zayn doing a Sami Zayn to Carmelo Hayes.
Carmelo Hayes.
Right?
Or Sami Zayn doing a Drew McIntyre, as it were.
Whichever the case was, right? So basically, Sami Zayn was the Drew McIntyre in this case, or whoever that has stole the opportunity from him in the past. So right now, he is listening to the voices, right? He's starting to take the high road. He's being a hypocrite. I think that's the most important point. He was being a hypocrite, right? He was complaining about how people are getting ahead of him, getting all these opportunities while he has to grind, yada, 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 yada. And then he does the exact same shit to Carmelo Hayes. He jumps in front of, jumps in line, he takes the opportunity, and right now he's primed for WrestleMania. So, I think that was the heel turn right then and there.
You think it's happened already?
Yeah, every heel... Actually, guys, listen. In the world of professional wrestling, not every heel turn needs to be, I betray you by attacking you. Not every heel turn needs to happen that way, right? If you follow the story, if you stay loyal to the story, you would know that the heel turn has slowly been churning and churning and churning and churning. And with each developing week, you start to make sense of Sami's current character. He's right now a hypocrite. He is right now a snake that wants to wiggle out of situations that is not favorable to him. He's going against his word and all. So I'd say that this was great.
That's a great hot take. Like, it didn't even occur to me. Like, I agree.
I don't think it's a hot take. I don't think it's a hot take, right? Like, if you watch close enough, you know. And obviously, I still stand on the hill that Sami Zayn was the right guy to win the United States Championship. Just look at the number of minutes they received on today's SmackDown.
Yeah, I mean, main event, and then even before that, it was a long segment.
So clearly putting the title on Sami Zayn was to elevate the title scene rather than have Carmelo. I'm so sorry, I mispronounced. Rather than having Carmelo Hayes, do zero value title defenses week in, week out. They have no story. Right. And now suddenly Sami Zayn has the title, and everybody wants to see Carmelo Hayes succeed again. So we went from Carmelo Hayes is probably gonna defend to I want to see Carmelo Hayes succeed. You see the difference in that? Right, and obviously we got Trick Williams like hee ha ha in the background. We are also kind of building Trick Williams as well because he's also getting exposure from all this. You don't really need to overcomplicate his exposure, right? He's just naturally very popular with the fans already. Just keeping him in the periphery is good enough. Let his charisma do his talking. Right, so
I agree.
I'm still on board for this. I'm still fully in agreement with Sami Zayn winning. I do feel like this could lead to a triple threat at this point.
You still think it can?
I still think it can. But we shall see, right? Oh, wait. We are at the main titles, but let's talk about the easier one first.
Easier one that nothing much happened this week on Raw, right? On Raw, Roman Reigns and CM Punk.
Okay, I've spoken a lot. Please take over.
so as with this feud, so this one is my takeaway here is Roman Reigns, CM Punk, words have served their purpose. Right? Words have served their purpose. We've seen, I want to say 3-4 weeks of them showing up, calling each one person call the other old, one person call them, bring the other guy's father in, blah, blah, blah. Words have served the purpose. Now it's time to fight. But it's not Mania yet, but it's time to fight. I was actually a bit confused by this segment at the end. I will admit, I was a bit confused. Why? Because Roman Reigns was the first in, right? He enters first, has the higher ground, so to speak. Calls out CM Punk. CM Punk comes out. They have a brawl. At the end, though, despite everybody's best efforts to pull them apart, CM Punk gets the better of Reigns, power bombs him through the table. So Roman Reigns was here, and then he ends up there. And to me, I was like, okay, why did that happen? I was a bit confused.
Joseph, it's wrestling. It doesn't matter who has the higher ground here, right? So long as it makes sense. And I don't think there was any grounds for it to be illogical. Right? It was a simple brawl. right? And Roman simply made a mistake at some point,
Okay.
which led to CM Punk capitalizing on it. Now, I will concur that this was a let's not talk anymore. We are going to fight now,
Yeah.
kind
Yeah.
of thing. And if you watch closely, right, that has been the trend for this entire week.
Yeah.
Right.
Actually, yes. For the women's titles, the top women's titles as well. Yeah.
So sorry, I'm feeling a bit gassy. Whoa.
Okay.
There wasn't really much to this. What I was more concerned about was the absence of the Usos.
Right. Yeah.
So the Usos didn't show up. Maybe we'll get them to show up next week.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. So that was, yeah. I think is this a case of let's give it a, I mean, okay, we're only 2 weeks out, right? So the Usos
Still
have already
plenty
been
of
drawn
time,
in.
right?
Yeah, still got time. So the
I-
Usos
I-
have already been drawn in, but we don't want to keep drawing them in.
Look, I would say, right, 2 weeks is still time for someone to mess up. I.e., right? I.e., Jey Uso accidentally clocking Roman Reigns or the other way around.
Yeah,
I'm
there's plenty
sure
of time for
that's
that.
gonna
Yeah.
I'm sure that's gonna
Yeah.
happen. And then we'll have the entire Jey Uso costing Roman, yada yada yada.
A mistimed spear or super kick. Yeah, definitely a lot of time for that to happen. Yes.
Yeah, so but there wasn't really much progression. CM Punk took his revenge on Roman for last week, and CM Punk had the last laugh. So, next 2 weeks I think it'll be critical for this feud because it does feel like it has kind of like gotten off the rails just a little bit. I don't feel it was as personal. In fact, I felt like it got pettier and pettier until the Usos came in.
Yeah.
But
Right.
but this wasn't the worst. Let's talk about
We have reached
the climax.
we call a peak comedy wrestling. We have the opposite of peak.
This is no. Listen to me.
no.
This is also peak comedy.
Oh my god.
This is also big comedy. Okay, so we have the WWE title scene, the title that is held by Cody Rhodes. Now, for weeks now, we started on a very high note, right? We were excited that Randy Orton had won the Elimination Chamber, even though we felt that it could have been a multi-man match, but that's okay, right? Randy Orton is someone that everybody loves.
Yeah.
They turn him heel. Okay,
Yep.
okay, fine, sure. We turn him heel, right? So that, we can keep Cody as a babyface, probably for business reasons that Cody cannot turn heel for. All right, Randy Orton is now the heel, despite being cheered like a babyface. Fine, I can accept that. I can accept that. So for 3 weeks, WWE has been teasing us, right? Telling us that there's some mysterious guy speaking to Randy Orton, getting into Randy's head. And this was given extra emphasis week in, week out, and even on Raw, a show that Randy Orton is not a superstar on.
Yeah. Stephanie McMahon drove it home. I remember that.
Stephanie McMahon mentioned it as well. They drove it home. Raw, SmackDown for the past 2 weeks at least, we are talking about this mystery caller.
Yeah.
So expectations are all-time high, right? We look at these two guys, their history is so rich. It can literally be anyone. We talk about The Rock. The Rock tried to screw Cody Rhodes. I did a video before this. If you guys saw it, I'm basically just kind of like repeating myself, right?
Yeah, but The Rock did want Cody Rhodes' soul. There was a point in time,
The Rock tried to screw Cody Rhodes. Right? Big name, quite impossible to get. I don't know, whatever, but that would have made more sense. Kevin Owens, the one that would have probably made even more sense. Kevin Owens, the first one to call Cody Rhodes out for being a fake guy. And then Kevin Owens was also Randy Orton's tag team partner. That would have made sense.
Yep.
You tell me John Cena, even John Cena, you turn him heel again, right? Because he's a good friend of Randy Orton. I would have bought that as well.
You're right. Yeah.
I would have wholeheartedly accepted a John Cena turning heel and aligning with
heel turn.
I would have wholeheartedly accepted a John Cena heel turn aligning with Randy Orton to take out Cody Rhodes. I would have. Right? You tell me Vince McMahon comes back right?
Shane McMahon, right? Yeah, or Shane McMahon even. Yeah.
Vince McMahon, Shane McMahon comes back and makes Randy Orton the corporate guy again. I would have bought that.
Yeah.
But out of all of these options, you give me Pat McAfee. Pat freaking McAfee, who has zero relation with Cody Rhodes, who has zero relation with Randy Orton, who has not shown up for the past year, no voice at all, and suddenly he's this dude that has gotten into Randy's head.
Yeah. He was the guy on the phone. What? Makes no sense. It made no sense.
Okay, I'm going to give credit where credit is due. Pat McAfee, he cut an amazing promo about how he's gonna save wrestling, Attitude Era, all that kind of stuff. So basically,
it was almost a shoot promo, but yeah.
Yeah, basically what he was trying to say is that Cody is ruining wrestling. And I agree.
Yeah, we've heard that before.
I agree. But I thought this whole thing stunk. Like, it could have been anyone else but freaking Pat McAfee.
So why don't you think like Kevin Owens for me was top of the list for exactly what you said? You mean even if he was injured?
Even if he was injured, he didn't need to wrestle. Yeah. He could have been a voice. He
could have just shown up on Skype, right, or whatever, Zoom, right? And maybe show up ringside, however, right? Doesn't have to fight. I don't know why they didn't give it to Kevin Owens.
So the moment I saw Pat McAfee, right, I instantly just, this entire feud, this entire match just lost all credit, lost all stock with me. I don't know how they're gonna save this. Maybe they will, maybe they can, maybe this is a ploy to make all of us donkeys talk about it, right? We talk about this segment, about how much it sucks. It's so much internet buzz right now. And then maybe a few months down the road, they're gonna say, this was all part of a plan for something bigger. I don't know, but right now I'm reacting to this. It sucks ass.
What you said. Look, even if it's hard to envision how they have something bigger and better after this. That's number one. We talk about trust. Okay, in professional wrestling, there's trust with the audience. Right? You take us on a journey. Here, I feel like, so for my note, here I feel they lost the trust. Let me finish that thought.
Not only that, I think they insulted my intelligence also.
They've also done that. So when I was watching this, like you said, when Pat McAfee came out, I wrote down, they have overcooked this. After a few hours, I canceled that out and said, they have, what Chris Jericho hates, they have botched Randy and Cody. I believe that.
Look, if I were to put on my business hat, I can see why this is happening. For this entire podcast, or at least for half of this podcast, we have been mentioning, you see the running trend of celebrities appearing, right?
Yeah.
We've got, I think we can count Logan Paul. He's technically a celebrity, right?
Sure.
He got iShow Speed, who's likely going to be involved at WrestleMania. We got Jelly Roll, who's been shoved down our throat the past couple of weeks. Right? I don't hate the guy, but we have been seeing a lot of him. He's getting more screen time than a lot of SmackDown people, right?
Yeah.
Jelly Roll is one of them. We got Lil Yachty, a very random celebrity that's been
just came up today.
Yeah. He's probably going to do a special entrance for Trick Williams at WrestleMania.
Oh, yeah.
Right? And then we've got Pat McAfee, who's technically a celebrity.
Even though he has been,
like
Logan Paul, yeah.
Sure, he has done matches before, but he's more of a celebrity than a wrestler, right?
Yeah.
You're bringing all these celebrities in, you're trying to get eyeballs on the product, but you guys are diluting the freaking product. Right now, look, this whole feud, right, had so much potential. This feud had so much going for it. We talk about legacy, right? They could have simply just tapped on that, almost 20 years. Right. They could have tapped on that almost 20 years worth of history between Randy Orton and Cody Rhodes. So much history. Randy Orton punting Dusty Rhodes. That was one of them, right? Randy Orton, I think he also punted Cody Rhodes at some point of time.
Yeah.
Right? The whole legacy shtick, right? So much history right there. And then they go for Pat McAfee with zero relation. we have taken our attention away from all this rich history
Yeah.
to a match that could possibly become Cody Rhodes accompanied by Jelly Roll versus Randy Orton accompanied by
Pat McAfee.
Pat McAfee.
Yeah.
Now we're watching celebrity shit.
Yeah. This is a super low point.
It is a very low point. And to have your WWE title, the biggest title held by your biggest babyface, be a sideshow, right? I wouldn't even, okay, maybe it's too harsh to call it a sideshow. To have your main title, your biggest title, be a partnering item to these celebrities, you're just not respecting your own culture.
The title is being overshadowed by these faces.
It's not being overshadowed, but what I would say is being held in the same light as the celebrities.
Right.
That's the problem. The fact that it's in equal grounds with the celebrities is already a problem to me. You don't have to overshadow it. The fact that the celebrities are involved is a problem, right? The only way I feel you can fix this is to just X those celebrities. Get them out. Get them out. But we all know what's going to happen.
Yeah, we have.
So I absolutely hated this. This is a negative 100 out of 10.
I would agree. And we mentioned Stephanie McMahon. So, because this was Raw, like you said. In fact, this whole week, Raw, Randy's not a star. Cody shows up, and Stephanie McMahon steps in the ring with him. I love that segment because of what you said. She brought in a bit of the legacy bit. I want to say that both of them have, McMahon versus the Rhodes name. I loved it. I was like, oh, this is where they're going.
In fact, Stephanie McMahon went the extra mile of saying how much the threat of this mysterious caller is, right? Stephanie McMahon did emphasize about this.
Yeah.
And then Pat McAfee.
So it was this high from Monday Night Raw. So even, I went out of my way to show this to my spouse. So my spouse and I were actually as old as WrestleMania. WrestleMania's 42 this year, right? So we're both born in 1984, right? We lived through the Attitude Era. I grew up there. I went out of my way, showed her Stephanie McMahon and Cody Rhodes because I know she knows who Stephanie McMahon is.
Right.
She immediately understood the point of that live segment. So for me, it was a high. Now suddenly Pat McAfee, everything was thrown out the window. Yeah.
I don't even know what analogy to use for this. It's like we smoked a brisket for 72 hours and then we pissed it all away by throwing it into the microwave at the last step.
Yeah.
I don't understand. I hated this. Okay. I think my blood pressure has risen enough.
Okay.
I feel a bit lightheaded.
Oh dear.
Yeah, because of the alcohol. But okay, let's end it as that. I honestly hope that in the next 2 weeks they try to fix this. Like that hope is very, very slim. I'm going to tell you this.
Very thin,
with the involvement of Pat McAfee, I can totally say that Jelly Roll is going to come back and get involved. I want to be Delulu a bit and hope for the best. I was so hyped for this feud.
Same.
What a way to piss on such a great feud, WWE. This absolutely stinks. All right, okay, never mind. Let's call it a day. We've crashed out for at least half an hour, if not more, guys. We do apologize if the volume of audio did spike at any point of time.
Or we're not sorry for what we said.
Maybe you guys just enjoy me crashing out, or Joseph. I'm not sure if he crashed out at all, but I think it was mostly me.
Yeah.
I hope I entertain you guys. But yeah, let me do the usual stuff, guys. Please, as always. You look for our podcast, right? We are up on Spotify, YouTube, and Apple Podcasts. Just simply search up Ringside Brew Wrestling Podcast. We're also on Instagram. We're also on TikTok. Look for us at ringsidebrewpod.sg. One more time, at ringsidebrewpod.sg. Right, we post all our highlights, our videos, our reels, whichever the short form stuff. If you like that, go for that. Right? And of course, we do have a community Discord channel. We're slowly building up the community. So if you'd like to be part of the community, do join us. How do you join us? You go to our Instagram bio, click on it. The link is there, right? We also do have a small donation platform. So if you like what you're hearing, if you like our analysis as professional wrestlers and creatives ourselves, if you like the analysis and whatever we're bringing to you guys, and you want to support us a little bit more, I've set the donation to the lowest possible price, just $4.
But
Just a
every
drink.
little bit helps. Yeah,
Just a drink to help us type through the podcast. You want to support us, that'll be very much appreciated. If you don't want to do that, that is completely fine. We respect your decision as well. But what you can do for us, and it's absolutely free, is to subscribe, share, follow, all that kind of social media stuff. It will do us wonders, right? So that is it for episode 22. I hope next week we have better things to talk about, but we are creatives, we are professional wrestlers, and we need to do our due diligence to call out such treacherous content this week. I'm gonna call it treacherous. It was just bad.
I'm smiling, but I'm dying inside. I am.
Yeah, I'm screaming internally. All right, so thank you guys for tuning in. We'll see y'all soon, but it's not next Sunday. All right.
Okay.
All right, this is Dave signing off.
This is Joseph.
We'll see you.